Welcome everybody. Hope you are fine by the grace of Almighty Allah. Alhamdulillah, I am also getting fine. In the last few classes, I discussed on different grammatical items related to your syllabus. From today, I am going to discuss on board questions of different boards according to different grammatical items. And today's item is changing sentences. Today I am going to discuss on changing sentences of Kumilla and Ratshebo 2019. Before doing so, I have to discuss on about the rules of changing sentences. In your exam paper, the text will be designed with a certain context. Some of the sentences in the text will have instructions in the parentheses on how to change them. Depending on the marks in the test items, the student will be asked to change 10 sentences. The student will write only the changed sentence as their answers. They can write the same sentence in any order but must use the correct number used for each sentence in the given text. Okay, dear students, let's start. Number one, computer is one of the greatest inventions of modern science. The sentence is in superlative form because there is greatest, and we know great is positive degree, greater is comparative, and greatest is superlative degree. So this is an example of superlative degree. And there is one of. If there is one of in a positive in a superlative degree, and you are asked to make it positive or change it positive or turn it positive, you must omit one of the and write very few at the beginning of the sentence. Okay, so the answer will be very few. Then the rest of the sentence after the greatest. So the rest of our greatest is inventions of modern science. As very few is plural, so is will be are. Then use as structure. Then the positive form of greatest is great. Then another as according to structure. Then the first uh, subject. So the answer will be very few inventions of modern science are as great as computer. Now question number 2. Computer is a blessing on earth. It is an affirmative form and you are asked to make it or change it negative. We know the opposite meaning of blessing is curse, and if you want to make it negative, so use the negative opposite of meaning of blessing and use not after is. So the answer will be compute is not a curse on earth. Compute is not a curse on earth. Now question number 3. Though it is a blessing, it has dark sides. Though it is a blessing, it is a dark side. It is an example of complex sentence because there are two clauses. One is principal clause and another one is subordinate clause. Here, though it is a blessing, is a subordinate clause and it has a dark side is principal clause. And is we know in each clause there are two. There are one subject and finite verb. Here, though is used as a conjunction of complex sentence. So if you want to make it simple, at first you write in spite of instead of though. So the answer will be in spite of. Then the possessive form of it is is. Then use ing with the verb is, so it will be being, then the rest of sentences. So the answer will be in spite of its being a blessing, it has dark sides. Number 4. Computers are nowadays being used in almost every sphere of life. Make active. This is the sentence is in passive form and there is no agent. So you imagine an agent like everybody or we or people. Okay, so I think we is suitable for you. So use by we after our life. If you want to make the active, at first you must omit the preposition by and the be verb are. Oh, actually, this is an example of uh, passive voice of present continuous tense. So if you want to make it active, you must turn it into uh, present continuous tense. So the rules of make a passive voice syntax active is to transform or change the object as subject, the right be verb, right auxiliary verb, then the main verb, and then object. So the answer will be we are nowadays we are using computers in almost every sphere of life. Number 5. You cannot but depend on it. This is an example of negative sentence and you're asked to make it affirmative. If there is cannot but, use a must instead of cannot but. So the answer will be we must depend on it. I think this is very easy for you to understand. Now question 6. No one can deny its necessity. It is in a assertive sentence. So if you want to make it interrogative and assertive, and it is also negative in form, so use who instead of no one. So the answer is who can deny its necessity, and you must put a question mark at the end of the sentence. So the answer will be who can deny its necessity. Now question 7. It is the most used device in our life. Make it comparative. Here there is most, so this is definitely an example of superlative degree. If we want to make it comparative, just omit the, then use the subject it at first, then verb is, and then the comparative degree of most used is more used than any other, then rest of the sentence. So the answer will be it is more used than any other device in our life. Question number 8. It helps us a lot. Make it passive. In order to make an active verb into passive, must find out the subject, then verb, then object. Here, its is subject, helps is verb, and us is object. And if you want to make an active verb into passive, you must uh, transform the object as subject. So the object of us is will be subject we. So write we, then according to the tense you must use help be verb. So the be verb will of present tense will be a major. So we takes are. Then past participle of help is helped. Then a lot after that by, and the subject will be object it. So the answer will be we are helped a lot by it. Just friends, now question number 9. Because of its usefulness, it has become very popular. Make it compound. Actually, this is, we know, according to structured sentences are of three kinds. They are simple sentence, complex sentence, and compound sentence. And according to structure, this is an example of simple sentence because here there are only one subject and one fine verb, and that are it subject and become fine verb. And if you want to make compound, you must we must need to write two principal clauses, and also they will be connected with the coordinate conjunction and but or. So the answer of the following sentences will be uh, it is useful and so it has become very popular. Here here there are two principal clauses there. It is useful and it has become very popular. Both the clauses are connected with and so. And if in its clauses there is one subject and one defined verb. In first clause, it is useful, it is subject, is verb. In the second clause, it has become, it is subject and become is verb. So the conditions of compensation has been fulfilled. So we can definitely say that this is an exam. The answer of is quite correct. Now, question number 10. Without computer, we cannot imagine our modern life. This is an example of a simple sentence, and if we want to make it complex, we need to make one principal clause and one subordinate clause, and they must be connected with a coordinate subordinate conjunction. So the answer of the following question will be: if we do not have a computer, we cannot imagine our modern life. Here, if you do not have a computer uh, is independent clause or subordinate clause, and we cannot imagine our modern life is a principal clause or independent clause. And both the clauses are connected with subordinate conjunction if. Question 11. Patriotism is a noble virtue. Make interrogative. Patriotism is noble virtue is an example of assertive sentence, and the rules of make it interrogative is you must make it negative. So the answer will be: isn't patriotism a noble virtue? And put a question mark at the end of the sentence. Number 12. It is the greatest of all virtues in a man's life. Make it comparative. It is the greatest of all virtues in man's life is an example of superlative because the greatest is the superlative form of great. We know great is positive degree, greater is comparative, and greatest is superlative. And if there is of all, in case of this, uh, you must write at first subject it, then verb is, then omit the, after that use the comparative of greater, greatest is greater, and in case of all use then all other, then rest of the sentences. So the answer will be it is greater than all other virtues in a man's life. Now question number 13. It pursues a man to do everything just negative. Uh, Here, the opposes the antonym of just is unjust, and use do not before pursuit. So the answer will be it doesn't pursue a man to do anything unjust. Number 14. This quality highly motivates a man so that he can sacrifice his life for the country. Make it simple. This is an example of complex sentence because is a conjunction of so that at the middle of the sentence, and there are two clauses. This quality highly motivates a man. Another one is he can sacrifice his life for the country. Here there are two subjects and two finite verbs, and if you want to make simple, you must omit so that first, then one subject and a finite verb. So the answer will be in case of so that you must use two and omit he and can. So the answer will be this quality highly motivates a man to sacrifice his life for the country. Now, question number 15. What an outstanding quality it is. It is an example of exclamation sentence, and in case of make it assertive, we must write the subject and at first, then verb. Here, it is subject and is verb, to write them at first. So the answer will be it is. Then an article a or an depending on the next word. In case of what, you must use very. So very takes a before it. So it is a very. The rest of the send outstanding quality, then make put a full stop. Up now. And 16. A man having patriotic zeal is called a patriot. Complex. This is an example of simple sentence, and in a simple sentence there is only one subject and one final verb. Here, a man having patriotism is subject and called is final verb. So if you want to make it complex, you must write two subject and two the final verb, and they must be connected with subordinate conjunction. Here, you must use you need to use relative pronoun who, because relative pronoun is used as conjunction. So a man who, then having will be has, the up, then rest of the sentence. So the answer will be a man who has patriotic zeal is called a patriot. Now 17. A patriot fears none but the Creator. Make it affirmative. If there is none but in a negative sentence, if you want to make it affirmative, you must omit none but and use must. So the answer will be a patriot. Sorry, not must. Use only instead of none but. So the answer will be a patriot fears only the Creator. Now 18. By paying taxes, he obeys the laws. This is in simple sentence. This is in the form single sentence. If you make it compound, you must uh, write to principal clause or indefinite clause, and they must be connected with and but or coordinate conjunction. So the answer will be he pays tax and obeys the role. He pays taxes and obeys the law. Now, 19. He is respected by all. Make it active. This is an example of passive voice. In if you want to make it active, at first omit preposition by and be verb is. So the answer will be all respect him. All respect him. Just make the object as subject and write the principal verb because the sent is in present indefinite tense, so write the present form of respect, then the subject will be object, so the answer will be all respect him. Number 20. So we should be patriots. Imperative. In case in case of uh, if there is a first person in an assertive sentence, and if you want to make imperative, use let, then the object of the subject. So the answer will be so let us omit should, then rest of the sentence. So the answer will be so let us be patriots. Dear students, that's all for today. I think I have cleared the matter very well, and if you do understand, you must think over the matter very deeply, and if necessary, you may take the help of a text guide to find out the solution of the answer. And And now homework. Your homework will be just show and select board to 19 all the sending sentences. Okay, that's all for today. See you next time. Be safe and sound. Stay at home and and be safe. Allah Hafiz.